Okay.
You're unmuted and back.
Hooray. We're back.
Hooray.
We're back. We're back,
Hey.
everybody. Apologize for that. Comcast has decided. Then Comcast has decided we don't deserve to have a show. So Maggie has decided to host it. Thankfully. Thank you, Maggie. Appreciate it. And we're gonna finish things off in the next hour or so, and we should be good.
Yeah. We'll take out one more hour and see if we can finish this damned thing in that amount of time.
And don't mind me for a little while. I'm going to be trying to set up the cameras for the other scene.
Oh, that's fine. You're good. You're good. So, where were we? Oh, yes, that's right. So, Thunk, what do you do with this injured guy with the arrow?
Oh,
through his
fuck. I
chest
forgot
and-
that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
For a second, I
yeah.
got distracted.
Yeah. And so more or less he threw him at your feet and he's like, fix this. You know, because clearly the other two have been taken as prisoner. He doesn't intend to kill them unless he needs to. As you said, he's stupidly diplomatic.
Yeah. I'm gonna tend to him, and I'm just gonna let him die.
Okay. So how do you
I mean, I'll kind of like be like tending to him and like wrapping up his bandages and whatnot, and like slowly but surely just making sure that his wounds stay open. He just bleeds.
So you're not gonna like you're not gonna guarantee death. You're just going to be like, this wound looks like it's probably gonna
Well,
do the trick. If he lives, whatever, but
I had a curiosity, like he dumps him at my feet. Am I like away from prying eyes, or are they just like, am I surrounded by orcs right now? Because that'll determine.
I would not say surrounded, but there are orcs around.
Gotcha. And are they paying attention?
As much as they usually do, and their chief and their other leader is having a conversation.
And if this guy, if we had to put him at hit points, is he like a second away from death, essentially? Like inspecting him, how close to dying is this man?
To put it in third edition terms, he's at 0 health points and stable. So what's the word I'm looking for? You know, the one staggered, where like if he were to take an action, he'd fall unconscious and be bleeding out, but he's stable at the moment.
So if I took the arrow in his chest and just was like pushed it in a little bit more,
he would start bleeding out and dying.
Oh no, what happened? That arrow seems to have gotten lodged in just a little extra.
Yeah. Like, I will heal this man. Oh, things seem to go south in the surgery.
I'm not going to take any extra care. I'm going to hope he bleeds out, but I'm not going to sit there and cast a spell to make sure he heals or anything like that.
Do you make a heal check?
No.
So you just mock healing. Do me a favor. I mean, nobody's really watching or anything. You're gonna have to roll me a your choice, deception or sleight of hand, with advantage on what you're doing. Again, people aren't really paying attention. If you fail, it's whether or not they even perceive it.
Okay, it's gonna be deception. That's my best one.
Sure.
A whopping 7.
Okay. Let's just hope that nobody's really paying that close of attention to what's going on.
Sounds
so
good.
You go about healing this man's wounds.
Yeah, I'm tending to him.
And you leave him there. So let's say like you break the arrow off on one side and the other side, but like don't take the wood out from the middle. And you like bind up the wounds and you're like, good to go, buddy. And then he's like hoisted over and chained up. That's what you're doing, and now you're kind of just waiting to see how things play out, unless you're going to say something to the others. Now, I told you right before your interwebs all crashed and stuff that you were welcome to look around the inside of the cave, so you yourself could see what it looks like inside. Excuse me, inside there. Did you get a chance to kind of glance and see what the place looks like?
Sure, I'll give it a glance.
Sure. Your character has already seen.
I already did it in person too. I already did a glance in person.
IRL, you've seen it as well?
Cool. Yep.
So, you know, you get an idea of like how the orcs have fanned out. There are 40 orcs there plus the chieftain, how the orcs have fanned out, and you've seen the prisoners and kind of like where they're being kept and held. Sadly, the prisoners are only females because that's all that's readily available is chained up women. There is an asset for a chained up man. I'm probably going to have to purchase it because I could only find chained up women. It's just a thing. Sorry. Moving on. So you did see where everything was inside of the cave, so you can kind of like see what it is that they're experiencing, and sorry, like how it is that they're fanned out, and you also know where it is that the humans are hidden for when they finally do their kill, their attack. Do you say anything or do anything, or are you kind of waiting to see how things play out?
I'm more waiting to see how things play out.
Okay, then we're gonna pan from you and go over to the other three, or if you include Talik. So you guys go walking up to the cave, and when you activity there's certainly a lot of footprints that went by, not just that of the soldiers that were lazily covered up in the past, but the footprints of the orcs that have just made their way here. And there are, in fact, 3 wargs chained up, or not chained up, but like outside the cave over by its entrance that are keeping an eye. So if there's orcs on patrol around here too, you don't know. What you do know is that trying to go anywhere near that cave mouth is certainly dangerous, that the orcs will already be there. So this is not a good place for you guys to be sneaking in, but that's okay. Talik, noticing this stuff and sneaking around with you guys, doesn't seem interested in going there anyways. As a matter of fact, he avoids the mouth of the cave and goes over to another side. And then when he goes over to the side of the cave and makes his way over to a wall, he makes his way over to like one of the cave walls, not cave walls, the like rock walls, leans up against it and grabs the axe that was strapped to his back, and he pulls it out. And he's like, "This axe here, it was made by Fiddlenup. It was a specially designed axe because of the dangers of the Underdark. Fiddlenup made this so that when things go wrong, he could get out if need be. Or if things are going well, he can get in where he needs to. Stay close behind me, or it'll solidify." And then he turns, and with the axe, he reaches back with one hand, and he says something under his breath, and swings it forward as hard as he can. And the axe, instead of clanging against the stone like you might imagine, kind of sops into it, much like you would imagine it would go into mud. So it's kind of like into it. And then holding the axe in hand, he immediately starts like pushing his way with a lot of effort, kind of like pushing and making his way into the this like mud wall that's immediately in front of him as opposed to the stone. However, he doesn't do so standing upright and proud and easy. No, he actually crouches down rather low, gets into an obnoxiously low, kind of almost a crawl stance, and on both of his legs, and he's pushing himself through like that. Those 3 immediately behind him can find out why, like almost immediately afterwards, and you go over and you touch the wall and you notice it's solid up above, but down below, it's all goopy and stuff. So it's actually the mouth that is made, the stone to mud that happens in front of you happens for a little person. So this is going to be uncomfortable for Maurice, and it's going to be horrifying for poor Grommen to try to get through, who literally will have to crawl through this. But hey, Otto, it's not so bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I'm used to this.
So you guys have to make your way through there. What is the order in which you intend to go? I assume Maurice immediately behind Talik, but cool. Before you go any further, you've been interacting with these two. Could you roll me that deception check?
Yeah.
And you two, can you roll me that insight check?
Mm-hmm.
You guys are rolling a normal insight, and Maurice gets that advantage deception.
Insight. Oh.
Oh,
Oh my gosh,
Oh.
a 0.
Rip.
oh man! Not only is Grommen so bad at being insightful, Grommen actually gives away a few hints of things, like gives like has conversation with Rye as Maurice, and reminds Maurice of a bunch of things that have happened in the past, and easily adds to Maurice's deception.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny.
Yeah, like, you remember that time that we were such and such and such and such? Yeah. Oh, and then remember you said these exact words. Yeah. So anyways, who's going in immediately behind Talik?
I will.
So Otto chooses to. Make
Yes.
me a strength check.
Oh, well, that was a poor decision.
You start pushing yourself in, but they can immediately behind you see that you're struggling. As a matter of fact, it's a little scary because this stuff is very thick. You're literally pushing yourself through like wet cement. It's very, very thick. And you haven't even gotten your second leg in, but the rest of your body is fully submerged. So you can't breathe right now. And you're like stuck inside there, like sopped in. So you're trying like hell to get into this place, but you currently cannot do so because of the state of things. So you guys can see that his leg still hasn't made its way through, and he's still there. You're welcome to make another strength check before anybody else can or has to do anything.
I know. I quickly take stock of the situation. I look back at Grommen. Little help here, please.
No, you can't say that because you're inside the mud. The best you can do is wiggle a foot.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Well,
Wait,
I've made a
he
poor
can't
decision.
ask for help because his foot.
No, his leg is outside of the muddy, goopy stuff. The rest of his body is in it. He can't speak from it within the wet cement or mud or whatever he's in. And you
Oh.
can't see him because it's not transparent. He's in liquid stone,
Okay.
so he can't speak.
Okay.
Can I see?
You can make another strength check though.
Yeah,
and
I'm
try
like,
again.
can I see
can make
that
it-
he's struggling?
Yeah, you most certainly can see he's struggling. Yep. You can
Okay,
see that
I
he
will
kinda
help
came to a
him
stop.
as
Sure.
if I see him struggling. What do I
Then-
need to do?
Otto, you're gonna make a strength check with advantage then.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you're able to finally
sorry, that
push
was
your
a
way
save.
through the other side. The same diff.
Okay.
Same modifier. So you're able to push your way through the other side. So, and you can actually see what's on the other side of this cave. And so you go appearing on the other side of the cave, can see what's inside there. And in doing so, wait, Maggie, you are hosting. That means, can you see what Grommen with Thunk can see? No.
I can see what Thonk is seeing, like when I
But
move
you
him
can't-
around.
But you can't see what Otto can see.
No, where is Otto?
I got you. Hold on. Maggie, where are you?
I was
Your name is
way
Grommen.
back here.
Grommen. Bam.
Oh,
Now you should be able to see.
yes.
And
Now I
then
can
gotta-
see.
I gotta do the same thing for Rye.
We'll zoom
Do
in.
you see what I see? And there we are. Cool. All right, moving on. So you finally get your way through the other side, and you gasp for breath, and you get your breath comes back to you, and you see what you see inside there, which is 12 guards in Stalik in a chamber that seems to be sealed off with stones or whatever. One wall is completely sealed off with stones. The other one seems to be half sealed off with stones, but then also a strange glowing green one sitting atop the half wall of stones. You can actually see through that wall of stones to the other side, where there's a few orcs over there meandering about in the chamber next door. There is no fire in the room that you're in. Like there's no campfire inside there, but there are a couple of very low magic lights that give enough dim light for you to be able to see through the whole place. You see stocks of like food and supplies and stuff like that are inside here, so they can hold up if need be. Most notable feature, when you come through the other side, you are not wet. It's not like the stuff like gooped out with you. It actually, the wall stayed in the wall. You're just through. Grommen, you had already started moving through, so you have to make the next strength save for me. Check for me, please.
Okay, strength. Just strength check. Strength save.
Check, not save.
Okay. 15.
You go pushing your way through, like you more or less when you started pushing in, you just kind of like held your hands out and you like pushed Otto in front of you as you just muscled your way in, no problems whatsoever.
So I push Otto out of the way.
Yep. So Otto gets in and you get in there, no problems. I gotcha. And then now it's your turn, Rye. I mean, Maurice. What's that from?
Maurice from Beauty and the Beast.
Is that what it is?
Is that what you're thinking of? I don't know what you're
No, I'm
thinking
thinking of something else. Rye, similar situation to what it was that Otto had gotten into before, starts pushing her way in, but is sadly not able to get to the, not able to get all the way through to the other side to make the way to where it is that you're trying to get to. Make your way all the way through. You're stuck. Nobody else is able to perceive this.
Oh, I can't perceive it. Okay. I was like, can I help
And
him?
you don't have a foot on your side. Rye, make me another save.
Am I doing it at advantage, like Ada?
Otto had advantage because he had assistance. You do not.
Okay, cool.
You fail. So luckily for you, you fail. Not that. Talek is kind of like looking around, he's assessing the situation, turns around and sees that Maurice isn't through yet. And so he turns around and he's like, Maurice, get Maurice now. Like turning back at the, looking at Gromit and pointing through the wall.
All right, can I help? Then?
Yes, you most certainly can.
All right.
You can reach in and make a strength save.
Strength save.
Just a check.
Okay.
Check.
You said save. That's what I was
Ah,
getting.
DC is high. I know I did say save. So the DC is higher than last time. However, you were still able to make it anyways, and you're able to grab Maurice and pull him through the wall. And there, you made it. You're holding Rye. She's on the other side of the wall, and you can see her.
I can see Rye or I can see Maurice.
Oh, you can see Rye.
Okay, I pull her in and I'm like, come on, Maurice. Rye?
Rye just goes like this, and then takes a step back from you, and is Maurice.
Let me roll a perception check over what just happened.
Grumman's like,
Okay. Talek doesn't notice, so he comes making his way over and quickly goes to reach out to grab Maurice's shoulder to make sure like Maurice is okay.
Maurice just throws a hand up and he's like, I'm all right, sir.
You gave me a fright there.
Me too.
Not a very good fighter, and apparently not very good with magic.
I didn't know you had that up your sleeve.
Well, there's a few tricks that you have to have if you're. This world is full of strange beasts, and we need to be able to handle them, huh?
Maurice looks at Otto, and he says, "Saw those footsteps. Something ain't right. Don't suppose you lot know anything about this, do you?"
No.
No. It's okay, Maurice. It's part of the plan. You didn't hear the plan before. We were luring them into a trap.
What is the plan?
It's pretty simple, actually. We had to leave a couple of guards out there as bait. We had to. It's the only way this would work. So we had to leave some guards out there as baits, and I'm hoping like hell that they're okay. If we killed those guards, then we know their intent. But we're here to watch. We're here to observe and see if they actually intend ill will or not. If they don't, then I expect to speak with their leader, whoever it is. Parlay. Make deal. I think we've just been walking around eggshells for too long. But if things don't go that way, you think these 12 men can take on those 40 orcs? I brought my best fighters, but these aren't no typical orcs. And even if they were, my 12 men couldn't handle that many. But that's okay. We have reinforcements here in these caves. That we do.
Maurice's eyes light up. It's like, reinforcements?
Yeah. It's gonna be a fun little surprise should we have to call for their aid. But don't you worry. We'll save the surprises for when surprises need be had.
Yes,
So
sir.
He gestures over towards the other soldiers. He's like, go and say hello to your brothers and then make yourself useful. They might be hungry. And not insulting Maurice, just, it's not like Maurice is a cook. It's just simply they're here to be the soldiers. You came here to aid. So,
Yes, sir.
and so you go about doing that.
Yeah, he throws one more glance at Grumman and then walks off to tend to the soldiers.
Now, you guys heard everything that just transpired. Both Grumman and Otto heard all of that. What is your...
Grumman is still standing there uncomfortably, not sure what just happened, because he just saw Rye, but Rye's a dude now.
Cool, what else?
So I didn't actually see that though, right?
No. But you heard the conversation afterwards between Talek and Maurice.
Right.
Maurice.
I don't know. I think at this point, Otto has been so overwhelmed by influence that I'm willing to just see what happens. And that's been kind of his MO from the get-go, since he determined that there's not a lot he can do to really sway this one way or the other. He's going to just do his best to retell the tale of what transpires here, because he knows it's going to be, you know, whether it goes good or badly for Thonk, it's going to be quite the event all the same.
So you intend to just kind of hang back and get yourself ready and like focus your, like try to get past all that shit. You just, the emotional shit, like, okay, that emotional stuff was all good and well before, but I'm in the moment and I need to focus now. So you kind of work on that one. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm going to sharpen my quill and open my ink pad, you know.
Oh, I'll be ready to write. Don't you worry.
Yeah. So, okay, cool. So that's what you guys are doing. You're going about your business and watching this and trying to see what's happening. So eventually, after a few hours pass of nothing happening, the Talik will actually go over and select one of the guards and ask them. So more or less, like Maurice is over there, kind of intermingling. And roll me a deception check with advantage, please, Sam, so people can believe that you are Maurice. Luckily, lots of information was given to you by Gromman Zero. Holy shit!
Jeez, they're very, very convinced.
Yeah, you got it. Gromman gave you so much information, you just running with it. It's all good. It's all good. So you're like, generic guard, I can pull this off. So you're sitting there and having conversations. I mean, God, you're like, these people know you and have known you for many, many years. This shit, God. So
the thing people don't realize is when they think they know you, they just feed you all the information you need. So
yep. So so you're sitting there hanging out with some of the other guards when finally Tala comes over and he's like Seth, strip off the armor. And Seth's like, sir? And he's like, strip off the armor. I have here something for you to go scouting with. And he's holding up what's clearly a potion. And Seth just kind of stands up and he starts doing so. And he's like, of course, sir, but what is that? He goes, it's a potion. It'll make you invisible so you can go sneaking around and finding out what you can. As far as I can tell, you're probably the sneakiest one here. So probably the best man for the job. And just doesn't argue. And he looks
it's like a backhanded insult.
So he doesn't argue and he just starts like taking off his armor and getting down into like his underclothes and boots, and that's it. And getting ready to do it. So you guys, again, everybody witnesses this happen, and he hands the potion to Seth, and Seth starts. He globs the potion, and then this area over here is the area where the what's his name? Seth will be climbing over the half wall. Again, the other half of the wall is being illusion projected by a little glowing green stone, so that he's going to climb over that half wall and go around and start scouting. So you're going to grab little Seth here, and we're going to put a little marker on him so we know that it's Seth. Seth is he's an orange kind of guy, right? There you go. Maybe orange and green. There you go. Orange and green kind of guy. So he's going to step over the wall and go off and start trying to scout about and see things. Now, this wouldn't matter most of the time, except I have to roll against somebody's passive perception. Fuck you, 22. So,
yeah. I mean, but the potion, it gives him at least a +10, so it's still going to be difficult.
It doesn't work quite normal, but yeah. I'm going to go with the +10, but you'd only be able to hear him because you can't see him.
No, yeah. I got that.
You got a 22?
My passive, I think, is a 22.
Sweet.
Yep.
So Seth's gone for a little bit of time, but he comes back a couple minutes later, and when he climbs over the wall, as he's clambering over the wall, literally, the illusion's wearing off, and he's like, "Oh, hey, yeah, I went out there. There's a shit ton of them. You weren't kidding, and they're all armored and armed, and they're fanned out, and he's like, but what of the three? What of the three men? Oh, they're still alive. I mean, one of them's not doing so well. He's got cold sweats and he's got shivers and he's on the floor, chained up, and he's not doing good. But the other two, they're all right, and they're chained up as well. It seems like they're keeping them prisoners. most of them seem to be fanned out throughout the place, but the ones that look like the leaders, the two of them, they're in the far back, like where the biggest vein of gold is. That's where they are at the moment. And he's sitting there, he's thinking to himself, he's like, if we were to try to rescue those three, do you think it's at all? No, nope. There's too many between us and them. They're on the far side. They have them chained up almost near where the gold is. And so Talik is thinking for a little bit, and he's like, he's got them chained. Damn. I preferred it this way, but it's a lot harder. And he's kind of looking over to Otto, and he's like, Otto.
Yeah?
Your Thonk's voice. Seems like things are going all right. Doesn't seem like they're looking to kill him. I think we might be able to talk.
I think it's worth a shot.
Damn, I can't completely give it our position. This is a part of the plan I didn't have entirely a contingence for.
Maurice perks up. I can do it.
What?
I can do it.
The parlay?
You can't give away that you're here, right?
Well, I can't give away the fact that the soldiers are here, but you actually speak with the chieftain and with Thonk?
Look, you just tell me what to say and I'll say it.
You know what, Maurice, you're a good man. I think you've done your part. I think this is something I'm going to have to do. I've got an idea. It's just not a very safe one. I have a feeling if things go sideways, someone's not coming back. And you're a good man, Maurice, but I can't put that on you. No, I'll go out there and do it. I have one more of these. I brought two.
What did he bring two of?
Potions.
Oh.
He's like, I'm pretty sure I can get out there. I can slip in. All right, here's the plan. You men already know of how it is that you're going to summon the reinforcements. So I've got this here with me, and he pulls out a little rock. It's a strange-looking stone with strange inscriptions all along the sides of it. Rye and Otto, please roll me an Arcana check when you see it. It's like pocketed and has like almost like a volcanic rock.
The inscriptions a language?
They're arcane runes, so not directly a language, no.
Okay. Arcana check, huh?
Yes, sir, or ma'am. Oh, okay. You know exactly what that is. That is a thunderstone. A thunderstone, if it strikes a hard surface, it makes a big thunderous boom that can be heard from an extreme distance. It is easily amplified at a place like a cave. Those immediately around it are kind of caught off guard and have to have a saving throw or be deafened for a short period of time. However, it is a signal if there ever was one in a cave complex. So he has this thunderstone and he's like, you'll hear the sound. If that happens, you call the reinforcements, but don't come out. You don't come out until that battle is almost done. You don't come out until you absolutely need to. You will be the cavalry of the reinforcements, not the fighting force. Is this to be understood, men? And everybody gets it. He's like, all right. This is my job. I'll have to do this. And so he pops a thing, drinks the potion, turns invisible, and starts making his own way over to where Thonk is with the chieftain, over by where the glittery gold stuff is. So let's get over to the area where the glittery gold stuff is. So we can do exactly that. We have Thonk with the chieftain up here chatting. And him down below. So I'm trying to turn the mini around. It's so unimportant, but I want to. There we go. Okay. So we have that happening over here. So he's actually going to be standing over by where, he's amongst a bunch of orcs, but he's going to be standing over by his injured men, somewhat defensively, standing over by them when finally it comes to. So the way that this happens, Thunk, Make me a perception check.
Sure. 10. It's exceptionally low for me.
To make sure I. Oh, you don't have to make a perception check. I'm sorry. You have a 22 as your.
Oh, is he rolling against my passive?
Yeah. Because
Gotcha.
that's how it works. Yep. So I had to roll with disadvantage because I'm wearing armor and stuff like that, and I got my bonus, which isn't as good as the other guys. So you actually hear this guy coming. You have a 22 passive. You got a total of a 15. You hear something happening. Like you hear some strange noise, footsteps that don't match up with the people around you because you're not directly in conversation. So you hear footfalls and you look over and you don't see anybody in the area. And then like things just seem strange over in the area of right here where you can actually see the guy.
Okay.
So how does Thonk react?
Do these people? I've been with them for a while. If I shout an order, will they follow that order, or will they only listen to Prince?
Everybody but Prince and one other will follow your order.
Okay. Very simply, like I kind of look in that direction. I raise an eyebrow and like clearly I'm now listening. And after I realize something's off, I kind of like put my spear into the ground and I point to the entrance where like the narrow entrance. And I just say, soldiers, block that entrance as tightly as you can. We're not alone.
And so they do exactly that. They start making their way over here to block the entrance exactly as you had just said.
And I meant block him in, not out.
I
want soldiers here.
No, don't worry. I'm going to take care of that.
Gotcha.
So the soldiers do start doing exactly what you just said. Others running down this way as well. But he does turn visible. And all of a sudden, like what he does to turn visible is with a weapon in hand, he swings with a mighty swing. He cuts the chains of the most injured one, the one that's kind of like shivering and has cold sweats and everything on the ground. And that makes his body turn visible. And he hollers out, he's like, "Stop! I'm not here to fight." And he's holding his weapon up in the sky, but not like ready to swing it if he has to, just like up, like he's making sure it's seen that it's there. The chain's cut next to him. You see that he's there. He's like, "I'm here to talk," is what he says. And
can Rye have done something in this? I want to be involved.
Of course you do. So he drank the potion and went beep, and went invisible and ran away. What does Rye do immediately after he does that?
Is there like any indication of which way he goes? Is there like a very visibly a way that he would have gone?
Yep. So I'm going to go back over to Rye. Rye, where are you? There you are.
If you want to just center us on whatever you want us to be seeing.
Of course. Sorry. Yeah. I'm using a different computer than what I usually do, so it's like my habits are lost. So okay. He stepped over this stone, as I was saying before, but when he steps through the side of it, he goes to the left because that's really the only way he can go.
Okay.
These orcs would have moved around because there's movement and stuff.
Yeah. So what happens is he vanishes, and you like hear the footsteps, and then if anyone was to like turn around at that point, they would say Maurice is also gone.
So you want to vanish when nobody else is really paying attention. You don't want to make it obvious Maurice is vanishing. Do me a favor, roll me a stealth check with disadvantage because it's going to be difficult to do in that tightly packed area.
Okay.
Did we lose?
We lost Bear, looks like.
Okay.
Here we go.
Maybe he has Comcast too.
I think everybody's stuck with Comcast. So again, damned mafia. So you actually succeed. Nobody sees you. Just kind of like fade away.
Okay, cool. I'm going to use invisibility and follow him.
Okay, and you do exactly that. So I'm just going to take control of your character for a second. And Maggie, if you want to follow along, as you are making your way trying to find this guy. And he ends up going this way because he knows the cave complex very well. Splashes through the water a little bit. Splosh, splosh. And comes over. And this is where Rye would have seen him over here and kind of like getting ready to break the chains. These guards weren't here at the time that this happened. The guards.
Yeah, I mean, Rye wouldn't have seen him break the chain. She would just know he's in this room somewhere, right?
Well, did you want? Because you could have easily followed behind him and kept up easily. But you're way more stealthy than he is, and not wearing heavy armor. So, would you have wanted to follow like right behind him or hang back a bit?
I think so. I think I would have been like as close as possible.
So,
he thinks he's gonna die, and Rye wants to make that not happen.
Make a stealth check for me against Thonk's passive.
All right.
Hello.
Welcome back, Bear.
Hi.
Rye
Sorry.
killed everybody.
I said
Rye
he's
actually
Comcast,
dropped a
right?
nuke.
Oh no, our power flashed. I have no idea what
Oh
happened.
no. Well,
Yeah.
at least it
Brownout.
didn't mess up anything. Everything's good. Well,
Yeah, it's no
at
more
least-
stuff, all right?
yeah, on all the scenes we're good.
Normal stealth, yes, sir. Oh,
18.
beautiful roll, but Thonk, what you actually heard was the footsteps like I had announced, but Rye, you can actually stop right by where he had cut those chains, which would be the one that you're standing on. So like a big and broke the chains. You're kind of like leaning out of the way, and the chains broke next to you. Thonk had heard footsteps and everything over in that area, and so he gave the command he did. Sadly, that does leave you also surrounded as you see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
but you were
all
able to
right.
get there.
Interesting.
So he becomes visible again because he broke the chains.
Right.
And you hear him be like, "Stop! I'm here to talk instead." Rye is still invisible. Do you want to remain that way?
Yes.
You have about 30 seconds left to a minute left of invisibility somewhere there that you have hovering on you. Okay. So this happens.
That shit lasts for 1 hour.
Oh, I thought it was 10 minutes.
That might be
Whoa.
3.5 or Pathfinder. but-
No, it's 1 minute per level on 3.5 and Pathfinder.
There it is.
Good. I'm good.
Wow.
Dude.
You have
Yeah, it says 1 hour on the thing.
ages and
Yeah.
ages and ages of time to remain invisible. As long as you don't do anything, cast any spells or anything. All right. So you're standing there. Thonk, you heard footsteps, but you didn't isolate that there were 2 sets of footsteps. There's too much commotion in the room.
Oh, okay.
So you believe that it was just discovered. You see this guy here. So he says, I just realized I have to RP with myself. Okay. So he's stop. I'm here to speak. And so Thonk, do me a favor, roll me an insight before I start.
Okay. Just regular insight. 21.
You can see that immediately when all this happens, Prince was caught off guard, completely fucking caught off guard. He was floored by this. He did not expect anything like this to happen. However, and he was like, yeah, let's do that. Like after like the surprise, everything went away immediately, right as a tiny little orcish spark of let's just murder them starts to appear. Like as that starts, the words come out, let's speak, blah, blah, blah. And it's instantly washed away by this guy. You know that he's wanted this whole time to speak, and this guy is opened up with let's speak. And so things seem to be going in that direction. And so taking like a step forward, Prince taking a step forward, he says down to Talik, "Then you have my ear. Bend it good or die." I just realized I'm RPing on myself again. Damn it. It's one of those weird DM moments.
He kind of, as he takes a step forward, you see like the light flick, like from the fire flicker, kind of casts a shadow over Thonk. And Thonk kind of, he takes a step forward, but he very much takes that position of like right behind the leader in the shadows of like whispering into this guy's ear. So I'm going to, if I need to, I'm going to speak lowly and try and like push my agenda onto him kind of thing.
Okay. So
actually, the first thing I'm actually going to whisper to him just very quietly is like, that's the leader. Take him down and the rest can fall.
He nods when you say that. And Talik says, "I see that you've taken my guards, that you've taken them prisoner, and that you did not kill them. I believe this means that you're here for other reasons than conquest. I believe this means that you're here to speak as opposed to kill. I believe you intend to hold the treaty that was signed only a short while ago by the leaders of where you come from." And so Prince responds with, "You know not where I come. You are from Dark Arrow Keep, are you not? You know where I come, but you know not our power." And he's like,
this is going well.
He's like, "I do. I know that. I know that if I had an equal number of men standing here before yours, mine would fall to the last, and most of yours would still be standing, bleeding, certain, because my men know how to fight. But every one of mine would be dead to all yours, rejoining their mates. I know that you are here for the gold. I know that you're here for what that can do for your country. I know the might that you have should your country turn its eyes to this village in full force. I do not want that ire. I want the peace treaty to be maintained. He looks down at Talek and says, then why? Why what? Why your men attack mine? That's surely not what happened. Think of it. The way that it was handled, the burnt bodies, these were the actions of your men, having stumbled across mine. They did so they did so accidentally, whatever the reason may have been. It was an act of panic, and they tried to cover it up, much like a shamed child to their parents. And Prince interrupts him saying, child misbehaves, you beat it, it learns lesson. And so you should beat your children for what it is that they have done and how it is they've transgressed against you. However, that was not the act of my men. And we have not retaliated with violence, have we? We've scouted, we've tried to find you, and we've failed. But had we found you, we would have done as I'm doing now, presented ourselves before you to speak, to find out why it is that you're here and you've been hiding in the hills for so long. And so when he says that, Prince turns back to look at you, like surprised that he knows that he was in the hills for all this while. And he's like, I did not receive this information from Thunk. Our scouts had seen you a long while ago. A long while, but we chose to watch and to wait. I hoped for the better. And then when things transpired, I feared the worst. But I still have that hope. I still hold on to the potential peace, the one that your country has forged with those that I am a representative of. And Prince is kind of like trying to swallow this. And there's like a bit of silence as he's sitting there and trying to like really take in everything that Tavalik had said, seemingly prepared words for the situation. Thunk is actually, he's spoken to Tavalik before, but I don't think he really expected him to have quite that mouthful. But Prince is certainly being swayed to some degree by this. And so he's sitting there and thinking and looking at his men. His men are looking at this guy like hungrily, some more so than others, but like, there's an opportunity here.
So with that, seeing Prince is kind of like thinking about it, I like put my hand on his shoulder to borrow his ear essentially, and like turn him around and have just like a conversation with him. And I mostly just look over to Tavalik and then I'll look to Prince.
While you're doing this, because you're turning him and you're having that conversation, and then you're going to speak to Prince, seeing that you're going to be having counsel with this guy and understanding, he understands that's why you're here, is to bend the will in a positive way, right?
Yeah.
So he actually will even go so far as to take his sword, to lower his sword and put it back in the sheath. And then, because one of his hands was down, the other one was up, put it back in the sheath, and then he has his hands one over the other one, and he's just standing there trying to seem like, I'm not here for aggressive actions. My hands are tied in front of me. I cannot fight. So you see all of this happening. Say the words that you're going to Prince.
Sure. So he looks over to me, and I look to Prince, and I'm like, you hear his words, but you derive only the meaning he wishes you to have. Listen to him. He is weak prey, backed into a corner, doing the only thing he thinks it's going to get him out alive. When we were in our cave, what did I call you? Prey. And what did you do? You did the orcish thing. You marched ready and said he knows he will lose if he fights. So what do humans have that they think orcs don't? They have words.
No, not backed in corner. Walked in. This cave was not one that he was made be here. This cave he strutted in. This is not raccoon found near trash. This is bear walking in den. He planned this.
And now he wishes to take this from you and make a deal. It is yours by right.
What we take is what's ours. You make good point. He turns back and says, there is decree that's town
The damn decree.
not supposed to have this gold. I understand this gold belongs to town. You're not allowed to have this, but you do. And I take claim to this, which stands opposite of what it is that you have said. This is my gold by right, by your laws, and by my conquest. What say you to that, man of town? He actually hears all of this, and his eyes turn to Thonk for a moment, and looks back at him, because clearly they got the information from somewhere, right? And looks back to Prince and says, I say take it. The fact that this cave cannot legally belong to the town, and the fact that the town has illegally kept it, has always sat ill in my mind. It is not ours to have. We have rules. However, I do have to say, it is not entirely yours to own either, as per that decree. We can't own it, but neither can you. All must be able to mine it equally. But you did own it.
And
Again,
at that, I'm actually gonna like put my hand on his shoulder and just kind of like lean in and just on a quiet voice. And what do you do to those who break the law, Prince?
that's a good one. Fuck, that's a good one. Roll me a persuasion check on that one, Mathis.
Fuck. Do I have inspiration? Is that something that gets refreshed per session or no?
That it is, and that was
Okay.
a really good one.
I'm gonna burn my inspiration on persuasion to hopefully knack an advantage on this. Please don't suck.
Please suck.
13. This is pretty bad.
It's not bad. It's just not good. You know what I mean? It's meh. It's a little above average.
What, slightly above average?
So you definitely
Such a good line.
you definitely see like the twitch in his eye. You definitely see that you caught him with that one. It was a good line. However, he's kind of set in his ways. He's going to need a bigger nudge than something like that. It was good, but it just wasn't enough. You know what I mean? And so he grits his teeth, and again, he like nods without looking at you. He nods, and it's clearly the nod is directed at you. And he says, sorry. So the last person to speak was him, and you broke it was yours, and you broke the law or whatever it was. And so, Tvalik says, we did. Yeah, that's right. He says, we did, which is why I have no problem handing it off to you, which is why I have no problem giving up ownership of this. It should not be ours in the first place. But you broke the law. In Orcish culture, you break laws, you pay with life. That is how it goes. You saying that you are weak, that you allow law be broke, you did not break law by choice, but you follow broken law. Therefore, you punish as well. If not kill, then banish. And he nods to that again. And he's like, what's your point? Are you here to tongue lash me on how it is that I sit in my own culture? Or are you trying to work up to something?
And I'll again lean into that. And now he talks down to you like you're a human.
Persuasion check again.
I'll just gotta. Come on, persuasion.
Not
Do it.
Hey!
Nice.
Ooh. Oh.
Full Sith Lord. That's all I gotta do.
Oh, fuck. He's like, so when you say that, he says, you will speak to me like you should. You stand beneath me for a reason. You look up to me for a reason.
Is he talking to me?
No.
Oh, I thought he was just pissed at me.
To Tvalik. He's like, you not toss insult my way. I am not weak human child. You have kept these mines illegal, and so I will take them illegal. And much like you keep them illegal, made legal, so will mines be mine legal.
What?
Tvalik actually is somewhat confused by that too, and looks to Thonk because you are supposed to be there as some sort of go-between.
Yeah.
So he looks to you with a semi-helpless look, like
Thonk is fighting back a confused look. I honestly have no idea what the fuck he just tried to say.
that's
So
perfectly fine. What I'll let you do is make an intelligence check so that
God.
the DM can try to explain that confusionness. Otherwise,
all right, so I have no idea what he said.
No idea.
Can I do something?
yeah, absolutely, you're there.
Uh,
I kill Thonk.
And that's it, done.
I think Rye's leaning on the wall, and she just reveals herself. Like while this conversation is happening, she's just revealed herself. She's just waiting for people to notice.
Ooh, Thonk notices instantly, no question. As soon as like the slightest piggy toe becomes present, Thonk's eyes.
That's
darken.
Rye's piggy toe. I know that piggy toe from anywhere.
That's the one that went to the market. That's the one that went to the market.
Oh, come on.
So Thonk sees it first, giving you like a half-second response before anybody else does.
Now what am I gonna do? Fuck.
So he looks at you pathetically. Rye becomes visible.
You know what? Thonk's gonna use this. Do I? Oh, fuck. All right, hang on. I need to like add a game. Just give me a second because.
What I think he meant to say is
Dance.
fire.
No, I don't want Rye to be hurt, but I can leverage Rye.
No,
appearing.
Wait,
Rye.
what do you mean you don't want Rye to be hurt? What?
You have to make this choice now, ain't you, buddy?
Well, I don't want you to be hurt. That's not what I want.
Oh no,
But
then you might have to choose your party or your mission right now.
No.
Say I'm trying to make you make the hard decisions.
There's a really good chance we're gonna have to do a character gen stream.
Oh no.
You know what? I mean, has it been an hour?
I mean, we have 30 minutes until it's 1 a.m. if you want to just go to 1 a.m. like we usually do.
I mean, we can leave this as a cliffhanger.
Could. Should we, though?
Let's have a cliffhanger.
I don't know if I want to give Mathis the time to prepare.
Yeah, that's true. The wait to think about it could be a problem.
I mean, just saying.
Because I mean, either way, you're going to be seen. I can't stop you from being seen at this point. It's the question is, do I try and leverage that in my favor, or try to leverage it in my favor? I guess the all right. I step forward. And I see it like something sparks in his head, and he looks to Tavalik, and he goes, "One question: did you come alone?"
To who?
Tavalik. I step forward and I ask him directly.
Before he can answer, Rye says out loud, "Look, security's not great, is it?" And she's just leaning on the
Okay, well, damn it.
Okay, now I need to know how to react to this. So Tavalik opens his mouth to respond, and then she says that, and he looks, he's like taken aback by the fact that Rye is standing next to him. He's never seen Rye before in his life. Has no fucking clue who that is. Yeah, never, once. So has no fucking clue who this chick is with horns standing next to him, over the person he just cut free. So he's like, ooh, okay, and you say that blah blah blah. Orc security is not very good, is it? And what's his name? Prince looks to Thonk full on, like there's a half look over to Thonk, like, do you know who this is? And then looks back to Ryan, looks back down there, and he's like, man, and gets ready to attack. But in doing so, Tavalik is actually going to throw up his hands again and be like, whoa, I do not know who this woman is. And he's like, I honestly don't know who this woman is. Listen,
true. He doesn't know me.
If you want the mines, they're yours. I'll figure it out. And, again, like holding his hands in the air, just like trying to stop, like doing anything in his power to try to stop this from happening. Give me a second to roll a persuasion check. Oh God, this guy's actually really good at persuasion too, but. He says that. Does Thonk respond?
I mean,
like,
yeah. Thonk will just look to Prince and just simply ask him one question. Does Grumsh ever show mercy?
You roll your persuasion check, sir. And may gods have mercy on you.
I mean, my persuasion is not very good. 12.
I rolled a natural 20, which gave me a total of a 26
Jesus
for
Christ.
persuasion. And so he actually, he was about to give the command to attack, and he actually kind of like lowers his arm back a second. He says, yes, Grumsh does. Because Grumsh is Obold, and Obold is Grumsh.
Oh,
And
Obel needs to
Obold-
just die. Obel needs to do.
Obold has. And Obold is Grumsh.
What do his
Grumsh is
men look
Obold.
like right now?
They're like frothing at the mouth, like they have the ability to attack these two people that have snuck into their camp and whatnot. Like they should not be allowed to live for insulting Orkino. Like she literally kept up. I was like, "Oh, security is not very good, is it?"
Like,
And
if I was to feel the room, are they literally at the verge and it just kind of goes up, boop?
some of them are like a little boop, and others are like a eh.
Gotcha.
What's that old T-shirt? You go to push the orc off the cliff, roll natural 1. You caress them gently instead. It's awkward.
I've never seen that.
Oh, it's a
Ever.
great T-shirt.
You are killing me. I just fuck, man. I guess the question is like, at this point, like I've spent weeks with these orcs sowing seeds of mutiny and chaos among them, like trying to get them all on the chomping bot. I'm basically at the chomping bit. But it's just Rye being there is throwing me off. I don't know what I wanted.
That
Like
rye pressure.
I don't want Rye hurt is the thing, but I do want
Aw.
fighting to happen.
So because
I,
you're taking so long to think, you
Can I
can-
medicine check this injured dude?
yeah, sure. You've been
While-
sitting
while
there
that
looking over him for a
fucking,
long while. Actually, you
yeah.
looked over him for so long, you can roll with advantage because you've been there for so long.
I just don't know what's wrong with him.
He's bandaged. You know, he's not doing well, but he's bandaged. So you're sure. I mean, those look like Thonk's bandages. They're little They're marked with little like My Chemical Romance symbols on them, and has like little skulls and crossbones. No, like he looks bandaged, so you can't quite tell how bad it is. You can act Thonk, however, because you're taking so long to think. He does say after all that happens, that guy says his words. He's like, "Cave mine ends no more death." Yes. He says, he looks back at him and says, if this gold equals peace lasting between your kingdom and the one that I represent, then yes, take it. It's a gift. It's goodwill for peace. We don't want to fight you. Are you kidding me? Having these orcs this close to my town under a treaty? Should anybody else attack my town? If I could call to you for aid, or should anyone mess with your people and we come to yours? This is how alliances are made. This is how it's through winning of wars, yes, but it's also through the ones averted. I'm an old man. I'm tired. I've seen enough bloodshed and would like to avoid more. Gold means nothing to me. I won't take it with me when I see my God, just like you won't take it to see yours.
Is there like a group or a couple orcs nearby that I can be like, hey, they clearly want?
Look at the map.
I'm saying like the ones that are like, whatever. Basically the idea is I'm going to kind of like, while the conversation's strolling, I just kind of walk over towards like some of those orcs and say in a way where they can hear it as this little peace treaty is being spoken. And it's like, yes, I forgot as a cleric of Grimish that Grimish is a god of peace, treaties, and not war. Silly of me, I thought otherwise.
Also, this has been going on for a while, right? Like Grommen and Otto have been in that other area for quite some time.
6-7 minutes, yeah.
Okay. So 6-7 minutes isn't too long. But
Yeah,
I think
that is a long time for
Grommen
scouting
is
or whatever,
probably
so.
getting a little anxious because he knows that was Rye and not Maurice. And at some point, he is going to tell Otto.
Sure. I actually, I'm just remembering last time they scouted, it took close to an hour now that I remembered. So actually, it would have been over half an hour is what it's been. My
Okay.
apologies. But yeah, feel free. So you feel free to RP that right now if you'd like, while Mathis prepares to roll a persuasion check against that person you just spoke to.
Yeah, so
Just a dumber orc.
Grumman and Otto are kind of in the back, and Grumman kind of goes back here even further, and Grumman's like, psst, psst, Otto. And he like motions you to come over.
Otto's in just like complete disarray in his mind. The entire plan here has not gone at all how he expected, and now he's just had to deal with all this maelstrom of influences as mentioned before, so he's not really thinking straight. Just kind of ignores you at first.
And then he's like, Otto! And he's like motioning for you to come over to him.
What?
And he
Okay.
like motions more.
Mhm.
And then when you get closer, he like whispers to you. He like gets down really low, and then he's like, Maurice is Rye.
Maurice?
Is Rye.
guard?
Yeah. You know when I pull her out when they stuck? I see
Yeah.
Rye, but then she say shh, and then she turned back to Maurice.
Maurice
Otto's
is gone.
eyes are
By the way.
confused.
Again in the room.
Yeah. Yeah, so I look around. How do you... Should we... Oh, no.
They be gone. Yeah.
I look over to where I assume I saw them all go together.
Yeah, they went up this way.
I start to walk toward there, then stop. Turn around, look back to Grumman. This is bad. What,
Grumman kind of looks back and forth.
what should we do? We can't go in there. Otto just kind of goes... He's like, he wants to go over there, then stops himself, kind of pacing back and forth a little bit. Just kind of yells into his hands for a second, and then decides, we can't, this isn't how it was supposed to happen. And he just knocks something off a box and walks off.
Shh. They're fucking orcs are right out there. Keep it quiet.
He's like yelling.
He's just frustrated. I'll pass the buck.
I hope you think Rye okay?
No. I don't know what to do.
Then we must go. We must save her.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And Grumman starts like pushing people out of the way.
No, you can't go out there. If you go out there and things are enacted, then it will be very bad for you. If you go out there and they see you, you could stop the peace from happening. He's out there trying to negotiate peace. We haven't heard the alarm. You can't go.
Grumman turns around and looks at Otto.
Otto's just shaking his head. There's nothing we can do.
Grumman still pushes them out of the way and kind of sits really closely to like where the wall is and listens like intensely.
So
and
Maggie,
then-
just so you know, it's right here. I think you need me to hop that gap for you, so you let me know if and when you want me to.
Grumman's
Okay.
gonna take out like a little creature from his pouch again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing a rat maybe or something.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think rats are around here?
Yeah.
And he's going to kind of make some rat noises to kind of summon one to him.
Okay. And you get that. Takes about 10 minutes or so. Eventually the rat comes over. And we can have the rat go. You want the rat to try to like start heading in the direction?
Yeah.
Okay. And sadly, because it takes a decent amount of time, we'll have the rat observe things soon. Not
Okay.
quite just
So we'll
yet.
go back to.
Mhm.
Unless you had
All
something
right.
else you wanted to do, Otto.
No,
Okay.
I'm just
Okay.
This is all about Otto just being pissed off.
Yeah. All right. So coming back over there, Thonk more or less just said Grumsh about Grumsh and the war, and he makes war not peace, and I make love not war, and so yeah, he when you say that, he looks you dead in the eye. He looks over at Prince, and then he like gets an angry look on his face, and he spits on the ground, but he doesn't do anything, and you can tell that he's like
immediately hears
white knuckled.
Okay, what do I hear?
Fonk hears a message in his head,
Oh God.
and it says, "If you try any funny business, I make sure everyone in this room knows just who orchestrated all this shit. Sure, both sides won't be too happy."
Blackmail.
And if you turn and look at Rye, you'd see she's just like smug as fuck against the wall.
So the leader of the orcs is like, your name, Tavalik. I am Tavalik, captain of the guard of Dead Snows. I don't want battle. Your men here don't scare me. Like you, I'm a man who is bred for battle. A man who will gladly die fighting tooth and nail. But they don't scare me because they would only do me honor, because these are great men, brilliant fighters, and they deserve better than to fight a feebled old man like myself. Live, fight another day. There are many conquests that can be had, potentially in unity with those that I am a representative of. The cave is yours, and so can the victory be of this day. Let me take my men. Let me leave. Let peace that was forged only a few years ago, let it last. And taking a few moments to think about it, looking over to you for counsel, just kind of like, because you're like a few steps away now. He looks over to you to see if you like nod, shake your head, do anything whatsoever. He does look at you. Everybody sees him looking directly at you, Thunk.
I hate you, Rye, is what I hate.
I mean, you could just try and kill the guy yourself. Maybe the orcs will follow you.
I love how Sam throws that olive branch out there. Like, you want to make things really interesting, do you? Take that olive branch, buddy.
I just want to see how far you're willing to go.
I'm a diehard. That's my problem. It's like my flaw. My character flaw is like diehard worship.
Diehard worship, certainly. But do you feel as though today is a day that can be won?
I still it absolutely can be won. The question isn't necessarily whether it can still be won or not. The question is whether Rye lives through the chaos.
Or if you live through the chaos, I don't know.
Thonk will die. He will be happy to die in his god's name. He's not afraid of dying. He's afraid of disappointing his god and losing his fucking powers.
He just looks to you from a few steps away for counsel.
Thonk narrows his eyes but does not say or do anything.
Okay.
But he does narrow his eyes, and that's it.
Okay. Then when you do nothing, he lingers the gaze on you for a couple of seconds. Then he looks back over at Talik, and without even breaking eye contact, he slowly makes his way over to the stairs, walks down them, walks between his men, and stands in front of Talik, and holds out a hand to shake it. And the two of them shake hands.
At that, Thonk will spit at the feet of the soldier who was I was interacting with.
Okay. The soldier seems like likes the fact that you two seem to be of similar minds. And looking around, because again, you're very perceptive and really good with insight. Looking around, you can see that other soldiers feel the same way, but none of them are going to act out of command. And Talik says, "My only request is that I leave with all of my men uninjured." And
I'm actually gonna wait. I'm actually gonna wait before I do anything. I'm gonna walk up next to Prince. I'm not gonna say anything. I need to hear his answer though.
Okay, so you're actually gonna go make your way down and walk up next to Prince.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk up next to Prince, and I need to hear this answer.
Okay, you're gonna be standing more or less right in front of Rye.
Sure.
And I know you get like a little close to Prince.
At Thonk like walking forward, Rye gets up off the wall and like stands parallel to like just
Talik.
eyesight, but like close enough that if he was gonna try his fucking trick he's tried a million times, where he like grabs hold of him and one shots him, she's gonna blow the fuck up.
So you're preparing an action, is what you're saying,
I'm
Sam.
ready in action.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, I heard those words. Okay,
Did
so
you see Mathis's face too? The look on his face is so good.
He's like, why did I invite Sam to be on this show? All right. So he says, all my men to leave. And he says, yes. And he, with that, he actually, with his own weapon in hand, swings and breaks the chains of the one that's immediately next to him too. And Talik doesn't say, or like, as long as he'll actually swing forward and break the chains of the third one as well. And Talik will help those two to their feet and actually look over at Rye, like hopeful that she will help the injured one on the ground because she seems to be on his side.
Yeah, Rye nods.
Okay, you help that one up, and while after you help that one up, he tells the other two to grab that one and assist.
Fuck! I just fucking.
And he says,
"Get ready for your fucking action."
I need to be honest about one more thing. Talik says, "What?" I said, all my men. I didn't mean myself and these three. Us, certainly. But I have more. I prepared an ambush for you. Should things have not gone the way it was meant to, I prepared an ambush that would likely have all of your men dead. Not through their vigor, but through something else that exists in this cave. I'm telling you this, again, as an act of good faith. I want you to know what it is that you're dealing with if this is to be your lands now. And he actually looks like upset that there was trickery involved, but at the same time, appreciative of battle strategy. He's like, all my men may leave, yes, and then I will tell you of what exists in this cave. There's like a pause, like an extended pause, and he slowly nods.
Oh God, really? Prince, you're fucking God, you weak ass full-blooded orc.
And he says, skags. There's half dozen, if not more, skags that live in this cave, in the water, the north edge of the cave. We intended to
Thonk's gonna die.
disturb them and have them handle the problem. And when he's talking about the skags, you can see Prince's eyes get a bit wider, like, oh shit. You know what I mean? He's like, I'm sure you could have handled them. I'm sure your men could have killed all of the skags, but the casualties you would have suffered with my men coming out of hiding, there was no way you could have won this day. I'm telling you my plan. I'm giving it to you so that you can understand I am no man to be trifled with. This isn't a threat. I'm somebody that wants to work with you. Orc brains have a hard time processing a logic like that. And so he seems more upset now than he was before about the fact that this felt like a threat, even though he said it wasn't. However, he does seem to still feel like he won this day. And so he just nods again without saying anything and then just points like for the exit, for the guy to just head to the exit. So, and Talik nods and he like gestures for the others to leave. And as the others are leaving, he is the last one to turn and to walk away. Now, Rye, you're no longer holding anybody. The other two are hoisting up the very injured one and helping him out. Talik is just taking care of his own armored self. He is the last one to leave. Rye is welcome to stay behind if she'd like.
Rye stays behind for a few moments.
Sure. So as he goes to leave and Rye staying behind, he does turn to her and say, I don't know who you are, but thank you. Are you coming?
She nods. And
When he sees that you're lingering, he then just doesn't question it and walks off.
yeah. And like maybe Thonk sees this because he's perceptive, but he sees Rye's shadow go with the captain. And she turns to Thonk and she gives him like a curtsy and then vanishes into like a wisp of shadow. Like just bomb, she's gone.
Okay. Talik goes to the cave mouth that's over here. I'm going to pull the map over to it. So the cave mouth that's actually over in this area. So pulling away the like little secret entrance that's right there. Bam! It unlocks one of the other ways out that's closer to the actual entrance. And the door opens up, like a secret door that you guys weren't aware of. Grommen and Otto were not aware of, opens up. And Talik's head pops and he says, all right, men, leave behind the supplies. We don't need them. The orcs can keep them if you'd like. Clear out. Let's go. Everybody out of here. Let's go. We have medical attention that needs to be seen to. And everybody with it just like jump up and like completely surprised that was happening, that all this just happened. But nobody grabbing anything more than what's immediately adjacent to them, like maybe their own personal belongings. And they all quickly file out and go to leave the cave.
Rye appears from behind the captain. And she looks at Otto and Grommen.
Grommen is still in a state of, like, he's following a little rat around. I guess, I would assume at this point, right?
The rat's made it into spy on the...
Oh, yeah. The rat's now made it into spy in there. So, yeah, the rat's made it in there and sees whatever transpires between Thonk and what's-his-face afterwards. And because you speak Orcish, you'd be able to understand everything, Maggie. Okay. So we'll worry about that as soon as we're done finishing what happens inside Otto Rye conversation.
Okay, yeah. I'm still in the state of
ear to ear, and she's looking at Otto.
Otto is just shaking his head at her now.
I have one last thing.
Don't worry, we'll get to you. Maggie's there just to watch. Maggie's your audience, Mathis. Calm down.
Fuck.
How? That's all he says.
She like leans in and like taps her nose. And then is like, let's go, shall we?
I was just dumbfounded.
The nose tapping. What does it mean?
It doesn't matter. You're not there. You can't perceive it.
I know, but he nose tapped at me too. She did.
This little rat making its way into the area where Thonk and Prince are, and you see like the orcs kind of like perplexed. Some of the orcs are perplexed, going about like trying to get back into what it is they're doing. Some are just watching. Some are watching specifically them too. Whatever. But seeming agitated, but overall satisfied with how things had played out. Prince who watched them walk off, and once they're out of sight and he heard a little bit of commotion, so several moments later, finally he just kind of like nods a little bit, silently nods to himself like, yeah, like this went well. And then he turns to look Thonk in the eyes. Does Thonk say or do anything before he speaks?
I want to do something, but D&D has dice in it, and that's the shitty part.
Go for it, dude. Live on the edge.
What he wants to do as
Live
well.
on the edge.
Living on the edge.
All right, fuck it. I'm gonna do it. I don't give a
No, are you really?
You know, everyone knows what he's gonna do.
Yeah, we all know what's gonna happen. Do it.
Rye is
evil,
away.
Evil motherfucker.
Like, so he turns to face me, and I know all the orcs are chomping at the bit. As he he nods to himself, he turns to face me, and I just look at him, lock eyes with him just for a second, and in the swift instance, you just see a bright pulsing red kind of like flash into my hand as I reach out to just touch this dude's face.
In the face?
Yeah.
Why in the face?
Because it's
cinematic.
It's feast or famine. He's gonna roll a critical hit or a critical miss.
Let's hope I don't fucking
It's gonna be a critical fail.
All right, let's see this. Let's see this roll, bruh.
Hey, that's the thing. If I fail, I fail. Chaos might still happen, but like the words that come out of my mouth as I go for is just like, "Our blood is orc, not human," and then just do that.
But you're a half
Oh
orc.
my god!
Holy shit! No. No. No.
Oh
He
my
got what
God.
he wanted.
Oh my God.
I was hoping he'd get his ass whomped, but damn.
What the fuck? That's
No
absurd.
matter what, Rye even tried, man. You've killed, like, people have just left now, Mathis.
Mom, try not to scream. My neighbors are right there.
Holy, well, let's see your damage, dude.
So third level spell, I apologize, is what? 1d10 per level?
Oh, you don't have it on
Yeah,
your
so
on-
it does. I'm doing 5d10.
You don't have it built into your
Are you
ability?
I have
kidding me?
3d10 built in.
Mathis, how many fucking times are you gonna do this in our lives? How many fucking times? Fuck you. Oh God.
At least
Is
the
it
damage is not too
doubled?
bad.
I don't know how. I'm assuming it gets doubled.
Oh. So it's
Yeah.
40? Oh, because it's crit, right?
It's a crit.
Damn. 40 damage.
That was you rolled super low.
That
on
wouldn't kill Grommen,
Yeah.
but that'd be like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but
a
suck
one
the
shot
life
on
out of
auto,
me.
Grauman's a fifth level barbarian. This guy is not a fifth level barbarian.
I know. I
If he
know.
drops, like, give me. I'm
I'm
fine
just
with
saying
it.
that would still hinder, like, that would
Plot weapon.
That would fuck Grommen up, but it wouldn't.
I mean, I would go as far as to say, and I'm sure everyone agrees that crit deserves an insta kill.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It does, in fact, no question.
I can't believe you
40
fucking
points
crit.
of damage drops this fucker.
Jesus.
Like, are you goddamn kidding me? Like, oh my God, I just don't even know how to process this. Yeah. You kill him. You
Double
reach out,
dice,
you
not result. So I roll another
Okay.
5d10. I apologize. But
That's
if you
good.
just want to let it go, that's fine.
Well, you can roll the dice just so we can see what it was supposed to be. That's right. You double the dice, not result in 5e.
Yeah, if it's
Yeah.
1 1 1 1 1 1. All right, well.
Holy
Oh my
shit,
God.
dude. Even
Now you
better.
get 60.
Yeah. That is. You would take Grommen out with that, I think. No, yeah. I'd be done.
You
Oh my
destroyed
God.
this guy's corpse that you
That's
just created.
insane, dude.
That's 59 damage.
One shots.
Listen,
Holy fuck.
I swear to God, I was prepared to go down. Like, I was like, this is my one shot. This is the only way I think I can have it both ways.
A little part
Yeah.
of me was
They got
hoping that.
I mean, I was willing. I was 100% willing.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
I had like 15 different ways this
Damn.
is going to go, and they kept changing throughout this conversation and everything that happened. And
If
this-
I didn't listen,
the 15 different ways, one of them could still happen, but I did not expect this fucking course of events. Holy shit.
fucking
Okay.
Christ, man. I did
Okay.
not.
You
Oh.
reach out.
So
and you
Little
say,
Rat is
"Our
watching
blood-
this.
Our blood is orc, not human." You grab the guy's face.
With the red, like my hand is
The glowing
pulsing
red
red,
hands.
and it's
The
you know,
life
as the
force is
audience
sucked out of
exactly
it.
has seen it so many times where like ribs start like being able to be shown through the skin, and his life just melts from his body
Oh,
as it just
God.
kind of collapses into this lifeless husk on the ground. And
Okay.
you know, as I turn to the orcs or whatever, you know, you see my orcish brand glowing in magic still, leftover magic before it disappears.
And with that, we are going to end the scene for tonight.
No, the
Right
scene
there.
ends with the little rat squealing and running away.
The little rat saw it all.
Maggie, can you do me a favor? Just to confirm that there's no foul play, can you roll your cursor over that green 27? Because when you do so, it'll show that it is in fact the 20 plus the others and no foul play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy crap. Oh my God. How? Every time I get thunk back into a corner like a goddamn
You
fucking-
think he's gonna die, and then he just like one-shot somebody. It's ridiculous.
And he doesn't really even have the capability of doing that. It's just this anime shit he pulls.
Yeah, it is just
Oh,
fucking
now I'm a
anime.
god. Boom.
Also, like, it's never like in a fight. It's always like he's talking with someone, then he just jumps him and gets a one shot.
Yeah.
Well, like, it's not
It's
a
like-
fight.
it's
He
like
like goes to
Groot-
shake a guy's hand and it's like, psych.
It's like Grumsh is actually with him. It's as though Grumsh is actually with him.
Dude.
Mathis is going to have to figure out how he wants to play this out for next week, but oh shit. Okay. That was I thought last session was an amazing welcome back to the whole crew. Lots of laughs, lots of feels, like it was a great session. But fuck you. Fuck.
The thing is, like, if Rye didn't show up, it would have been so much easier. The minute Rye showed up, I had to start thinking like 30 steps ahead. Like, what is my only shot in keeping Rye and the party alive while also attempting to get my way?
So who is the person you killed?
He's a son of Obald.
That's Prince.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the sons. Yeah, that's one of the sons.
Now, Thonk is the captain of all those orcs in that room.
Okay.
Well, let's hope. Let's hope they listen.
So,
But
so
last time he did that shit.
Your
So
fucking grump sign was glowing. It'd be pretty weird if they didn't listen.
Yeah, especially since they worship the fuck out of him. So
yeah.
So King Obold had like I think 8 children, 8 sons. Who cares about the daughters? That's just old culture. So had 8 sons. 5 of them are dead. 3 remain. 1 sent him on the mission.
I thought there's 4 that remain. Well, now there's 3.
Now there's 3, right?
Because
Yeah.
Grimmerel,
Oh, that's right. There's the really
Skulf,
dumb
whatever,
one.
Ugreth,
You are
and
correct.
Orag.
No, you are correct. I always forget about the really, really dumb one.
Yeah, the Orag
really-
one.
Yeah, like oh, he's so cute. He's killing things. Okay, you go off there now. I always forget about that one.
You
But,
killed.
so there were 4
Griff-
sons, and this is one of the. This is the youngest of the 8. So Prince is
All right.
his name. Oh man.
Damn, you killed him.
I thought this was going down in a fucking glorious bloodbath, and I was gonna reroll a character. I was ready. I was ready. In my mind, Thonk put Rye first, but kept his personal goals a very close second.
Dude, do you think the other 2 sons are gonna come at you? Because one of them is like a badass
Well, it depends on
warrior,
if this
and the other
gets
one's like
back to
super
them.
magical, dude.
If this gets back to them,
How is
yeah,
that
I
not
could
gonna get
still
back
die.
to them? There's like, oh, look at how many orcs you're surrounded by.
Look, I could die. I could still die from my actions. That is still a possibility.
I don't think
I
they're
could
gonna kill you. They just saw you suck the life out of their.
Well, they might
leader.
not kill me, but the sons or Obald himself might send people after me. We'll see.
Oh man, it's crazy.
We'll see
It
what
makes you
happens.
miss the days where you had to roll to confirm critical hits.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I remember that. It's like
Oh man,
2.0.
Well, what I've rolled,
2.0.
let's find out.
for funsies. just roll
21.
again.
Oh.
You would have confirmed and killed him anyway.
Oh
right?
my gosh! Yeah,
So-
you would have got it anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sam, for making everything 1,000 times more interesting, literally by just sitting there against a wall.
Just
You're
making him
welcome.
sweat. You're just making him sweat.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm so afraid I'm going to have a Dwarven Paladin and fucking Sons of Obald after me, because I'm going to die. Like, that's just how it's going to go.
You're building the list.
Or you're gonna build an army, dude. You've just been building armies all over the country.
We'll see what happens. All right. Is that it? We're done?
I guess. I don't know.
How am I gonna sleep?
I don't know
after
how to
this?
feel about
I'm in
this.
such emotional turmoil. Right? I don't even know how to sleep after this. I'm gonna go and lie in bed and just curl up into a ball and cry. Like, oh man, this is crazy.
The best part is that Rye thinks that she like
Won. She did
Won?
win.
No, she did.
she did ish, but you
I'm
still
sitting here
killed.
going, thank you, Sam, for finally delivering a spear blow to Thonk's heart and saying, fuck you, Thonk, we win against you. And then he turns around and Mathis is all over the place. It was blow a load of Mathis everywhere. You are judged. You know, like, oh man. Oh, I hate you so much sometimes, Mike.
I did not. Listen.
I spent
think-
3 days making that boss. That's all I'm saying.
Listen,
3
man.
days making that boss before.
I just like I'm hoping I did the right thing in my characters, like for my character. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I hope I went the direction that Thonk would have, if Thonk was real, would have went.
I think
I don't
you did.
Chat just said Thonk is Groomsh, Groomsh is Thonk.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
Groomsh would have totally. He would have totally been like, this dude, just let that guy go.
Mm-hmm.
And what did you did? You did what your god would have wanted.
So do we level?
Actually, for the conclusion of this adventure, yes, you level, yes. But the thing is, like, if you level, it doesn't take effect like immediately in the moment. So if
Yeah.
Thonk is going
Right,
to,
right. I'm just
then-
asking.
So I'm saying that if next session you intend to start with the orcs charging out of the cave and killing all the people, then no, you can't level yet. But if next session starts with, oh, you guys get a day of rest, then sure, you know, we're not playing Diablo or Borderlands or something, you know.
Right. All right. Well, cool. We're level 6. That's exciting. I hope we get some good shit out of that. Thank you guys for watching. Apologize for the technical difficulties. A big thank you to Maggie for picking up the slack for us and
Thank
letting
you,
us
Maggie.
continue this.
No problem.
Thank you.
I'm glad we did continue it because the in the moment decisions I think made this. If we had like a week to think about what we were gonna do, things would probably be very, very different and a lot less tense. So that was fun. Sam, I hate you and thank you. Appreciate it. We'll go around
I
the room.
loved it. Sam rocked
No, I
that.
fucking
That was
loved
great.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
I
the
also
past
just
2
love
sessions-
Rye.
I do too.
And you're not
What?
going to say anything about Bear, who like
Are you
literally
kidding?
put us
No,
through an
this
emotional
whole-
turmoil?
Let me finish what I was gonna say. This
No,
whole
you were about
past
to go around
2
the room. You weren't going to
sessions-
say anything.
I just said these
Bear,
past whole 2
Bear.
sessions,
I got you.
please, have been amazing for character development, and it has been
The only
really.
issue is that I enjoy what we're doing, but I don't see how we're pals afterwards.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I mean,
we're going to figure it out.
there may
Yeah.
it honestly may boil down to like, Thonk is gonna have to leave the party, but just alive instead of dead. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it might just boil down to like,
We're going to figure
Oh
it
man,
out.
we could be
You
battling,
just, like, fucking murder me in my
fighting
sleep, like-
against you.
I don't think Thonk would do that. I don't think Thonk would do that to you.
Oh, that would be such a cool little twist, though, dude. The 3-on-1 RPG switch.
Yeah.
You just
Well, guys,
fucking
army of
one-shot
folks.
all of us.
Like, as much as Thonk is a diehard as well, like he's been with you guys for years in game at this point. I don't think like the first 6 months knowing you, maybe he would have shoved a dagger in your throat while you were sleeping. Like, who cares? But now, I don't know, man.
He's
Yeah.
growing fond. He's getting squishy.
That's his own internal character development.
He's like,
All right.
oh man, I care about these people.
We'll go around the room as always. People can dictate what's going on, what they're doing. Starting with Sam as always. Sam, what's going on this week, man?
Go on, man. Not a lot. I'm playing Dark and Light.
Okay.
Which is,
Is Dark and Light and Citadel both like just arc reskins? Because I looked at both
Yeah.
and they both look exactly the same.
Citadel's like a standalone about magic, like wizard.
Okay.
And
And
Arc
then-
and Dark and Light is like actually from the same company, like parent company as Arc, using the same engine.
Oh, okay.
And that one's like kind of a reskin, but it's fun. It has its own like unique elements. Like it's all about magic and like dragons and shit. So
Cool.
Yeah, I saw you
it-
playing
it's
that.
terrible with awful netcode, but we're having fun. playing on like a roleplay server, so everyone's just fucking around.
So basically, Arc.
doing that.
Okay.
Yeah. Later in the week, I'm doing Shadow of Mordor full playthrough, so that'll be fun.
Great game.
So good.
You guys can find me over on twitch.tv/stripping.
Sweet. Well, thanks for being an interesting character.
Ruining your life.
You're not though. You're not. I'm actually fucking loving it. Bear, what's up, man? What you got going on this week?
Hi, everybody. I am Bear Taffy, B-A-E-R Taffy on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, playing some Kingdoms and Castles over on
Another
YouTube
good
this
game.
week. Yeah, it's a good time. And I'm also playing some Kingsway on Twitch this week, too. Looking to start that up soon. It's going to be fun. Come hang out.
Sweet. Maggie, what's up? What you got this week?
Hey guys, tomorrow I'm going to be playing more Pyre. We're working our way through that, which is pretty fun. And then Thursday I'm going to be on the new Vampire show for Lost Initiative. I'm really excited. I'm going to play a creepy 9-year-old vampire who doesn't have very much humanity, so we'll see how that goes.
Yep, that'll be
I'm really
fun.
excited. It's going to be a lot of fun, and everyone's characters and background stories are pretty sick. I love it. And then this weekend's meeting nuts because I'm going to be running the Blade and Soul Invitational too. So if you're interested in some Blade and Soul PvP action, it's going to be jam-packed. And then I'll be working on some more art. It'll be fun.
Awesome. Scott, what you got going on this week, man?
Only real big things I'm going to talk about right now are tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is in like 8 hours. I go live doing character gen for our Mass Effect tabletop game. That is going to be at that time every week, starting next week. But this week, we're making the characters for our Mass Effect tabletop with rules put together by yours truly. And then shortly after that, I go live again, where I'm playing another D&D game with my buddy Ollie on his channel, which is twitch.tv/Ollerant, Lion Stewart Master, which is linked right in chat right there. Anyways, and you, Mathis, because nobody
Yep.
knows who you are.
Yeah, no, nobody knows who I am. I've got a new video going live on Judge Mathis this Friday on an old 1993 PC game that was one of the worst games I've probably ever played in existence, called Wacky Funsters. That game was fucking painful to finish, and I finished it, and it's done. On the regular Mathis Games channel, I've got Escapist 2 footage going up. Tomorrow will be a co-op series with me and Northern Lion. That was super fun. And then Thursday, I'll be the DM of the Vampire Show with myself, Scott, Maggie, Nika Harper, and John Boldings, who is a dude who does a lot of game journalist stuff. So a lot of stuff going on.
I'm excited for Mathis being a DM.
I've been
storyteller, right? That's what.
yeah. I've got so much preparation. It's more preparation than I've ever done for being a DM ever, and I haven't DM'd very often.
Ooh, that makes me excited then.
So it should be super fun. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much. It's been super fun. We'll be back next week with week 31 to see how this all plays out. We love you. We'll see you next time.
I found my new spell, by the way.
Oh wait.
Oh shit! What is it?
Irresistible dance.
Oh yeah.
hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Artiluke's irresistible dance. Oh, it's amazing. You have to cast it on Thonk.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You know
you,
it.
all right. You want all that trust eroded immediately? Force him to dance.
There we go.
Oh,
All right.
Goodbye.
Oh man, what
Goodbye.
song do we play? What
Goodbye.
song do we